Guess who's back, bitches? Hey guys, that is right. Galleyathon is back for round 3, and we have some very important updates for you. To start off with, I will let you know that the dates are the 9th of November straight through to the 15th of November, and our 4 prompts are the same as usual. So our 4 prompts are the oldest book on your NetGalley TBR, the newest book on your NetGalley TBR, the book you are most excited to get to, and a book you regret requesting. There are 4 prompts. They are very adaptable to suit you. For example, the newest book on your NetGalley TBR could be adapted to it's the book that is closest to the release date. It is the newest book to come out. So you want to get to that one first, rather than it's the newest book I have been accepted for. It's adaptable, and that's what we want to make sure that we do to suit you. Now, we still have our self-care kingdom. This time the board has changed ever so slightly, but the premise is still the same. Every time you get to 25% of your book, you do something that marks off self-care and tick off your little bubble. This is just an addition we added to make sure that people are taking care of themselves during this week and making sure that it's fun and relaxing and calm and we're all having a good time. That's all we want. So it doesn't have to be every 25%. For example, if you think, oh, I'm only going to get through one book this week, that's absolutely fine. Adapt your self-care board to make it every 10% of the book, for example. If you think you're going to get through 2 books every 20%, something like that. We don't mind if you want to adapt the percentage for you to do the self-care. All we care about is that you actually do the self-care and make sure you're taking care of yourself and having the best fun you could possibly have during this week. We also have our bingo board back. Now, the prompts have changed or moved around slightly, so I'm going to take you through the bingo board. It is right here now. So, the first one is an expected rejection. This is, as it says, it's a book you requested and you expected to get rejected for it either because of its popularity or because it was so close to the release date or even because the release date had already passed. Any reason that you didn't think you was going to get this book, it'll count towards that space on the bingo board. Next, complete 3 self-care challenges. Again, one of our main focuses is making sure people are enjoying themselves and not putting any pressure on themselves to read these books. So we want to make sure that everybody is actually doing some self-care and relaxing and having a nice, chilled, fun time. Then we have finish a book. Now that's all you need to do for this board is finish one book. That's all you need to do. Then we have read a book set in winter or at Christmas. Obviously, round 3 is set in November. It's getting a little colder, it's getting a little darker. We thought it'd be good to do a wintry Christmas theme. So if any book set in winter or Christmas, even if it's not really set there, but it has it in the title, for example, we're okay with that. Then we have a book that is already released. Kind of standard. A book that is already released. Then we have a book that is own voices. Again, we don't mind how this is adapted. This can either be a book that is own voices for you because you'll be an own voices reviewer, or a book that has been written by an own voices author. Anything, we are happy with whatever you choose. Then we have a 5-star read or a 1-star read. Obviously, you won't know until you finish the book whether it is a 5-star, 1-star, for example, but that's going to be the luck of the draw. Then we have a hyped read. This is a book that you've heard so much about. It's the reason you've requested it. Maybe the book that you got as an ARC is now already out and you're excited to read it because it is so hyped right now. Maybe someone read it in a previous Galleyathon and it's been so hyped for you that you're really excited to get to it. However you want to interpret that, please feel free. Maybe you've just hyped it up yourself. And finally, as always, right in the middle where it belongs is clear your entire NetGalley TBR. This one is very, very difficult to get, but some people have already managed it. And it is there as a constant reminder that you can achieve that one day. I know I can. I just need to actually work for it. Now, we know that not everybody is going to be able to tick off every single one of these. That's the point, that's the fun, that's what makes it a nice, good challenge, because you're not going to be able to tick everyone off. The point is you read it and you get to tick it off as you go along. If you manage to get a line or a full house, amazing. If not, oh well, you can come back for Galleyathon round 4 and you could try again. Now, we're also going to be hosting some sprints. We're going to be hosting Twitter sprints and live video sprints on YouTube. And during Galleyathon round 2, Brooke and I decided to have a very special guest on. We had Kira from Kira Can Read on to do some sprints with us on our Twitter feed. And that was really good. It was great having Kira on. It brought something new. It brought a new dynamic and we absolutely loved it. So we thought it'd be a really good idea to have more and more people on. So what we have done is linked below and on our Twitter page, we have a link where you can sign up. If you are interested in joining our Twitter sprints or our live sprints on YouTube, please make sure you fill in the form. That would be really great and we will contact you. Other than that, guys, I think that is all the information you need. So what I'm going to do now is just run you through my TBR for Galleyathon round 3. So for my oldest NetGalley book, I have gone for The Extraordinary Hope of Dawn Brightside by Jessica Rinn. Now, I requested this when I first joined NetGalley. It's, I'm sure most people can tell, not my typical kind of book. But I thought it looked cute, it looked fun, and I thought I'm not going to get accepted for a lot of the ones I fancy. I'll just pick this one up and see what they say. They might reject it anyway. And they didn't, and I got it. And I kind of put it off because I was scared of starting it in case I didn't like it. Now it is actually due for release at the end of November, and I want to read it before the release date. For the newest book on my NetGalley TBR, I have Sleepless by Louise Mumford. I very recently got accepted for this one. It sounds really interesting and I just can't wait to see if it lives up to the expectation I've built up in my head. It is out in December, so it's a perfect opportunity for me to get this one off my NetGalley TBR. For a book I'm really excited for, I've chosen One by One by Ruth Ware. This one was read by Brooke in Galleyathon round 2 and she really enjoyed it. I've only read one Ruth Ware book and I thought this is perfect for me. It's kind of a murder mystery. It's kind of in a closed setting, so it's going to be like a killers in the room kind of scenario. I love that. And I'm really excited to try more of Ruth Ware's books because I've only read one so far and I did enjoy the book. And finally, for a book I regret requesting, I've chosen a physical ARC that I have, and that is How It All Blew Up by Arvin Armadi. I chose this one because I won this book on a reader's first giveaway, where I got to read the ARC in exchange for a review. And because of postal issues, my book didn't come with me until like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the release date of the book. And by that time, a lot of my other friends who had also received a copy of this book had actually read it and they didn't think it was as good as we initially assumed it was going to be. We got to read a first impression and I loved it. And then throughout, my friends said it was fine. It was a good book, but it wasn't what they expected based off the first impression that they got. And it's kind of made me quite scared to read it now. So it's a book I regret requesting, not because I don't want to read it, but because I've built it up so much, I think it might disappoint. And that is it. That is my TBR. If you are joining in Galleyathon around 3, please let me know in the comments below. I think it would be amazing if you guys could film your TBRs or put your TBRs on Instagram and Twitter and tag us in there as well. We really want to see that. It means a lot to us. And other than that, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.
SafeMusicList.com. Royalty-free music for marketing and promotional videos.